Welcome to Dad Life Barbecue. My name is Joshua. Check out the shirt. You can order one for your own, but that's not what this video is about. So, tomorrow, my friend Mike and I, we're gonna be doing an all-day smoke. We're gonna be smoking 3 slabs of ribs. We're gonna be smoking a Boston butt. We're gonna be smoking queso. We're gonna be smoking wings. We have some people coming over. We're gonna take care of them and make some good barbecue. And I wanted to start this thing that I'm gonna call Smoke Signals Vlog Sessions. So I'm gonna bring all of you guys along and kind of show you just from start to finish what it looks like to smoke a whole lot of food for people. So I hope you guys enjoyed the journey. This is the night before. Mike has already prepared the Boston butt over at his place. He's gonna be coming early in the morning, but I'm gonna go ahead, I'm gonna get the ribs ready tonight. For the 3 slabs of ribs, I'm gonna be using a mixture of 2 different rubs. I'm gonna be using Honey Hog from Meat Church and Voodoo from Meat Church. So the Honey Hog is a pretty sweet rub. I'm gonna use that as kind of the primary rub for these ribs. This is my family's favorite rub. I'm gonna be using this on the wings as well. But then add the Voodoo, which actually adds a little bit of heat to it, a little bit of a kick. So these two together are just the perfect blend of a sweet heat. The ribs are ready to go. See you in the morning. All right, it's bright and early. Mike is here this morning.
What's up?
We've got his smoker set up. We still got to get my smoker set up, but we have the kettle going where he is going to do some searing for the Boston butt. And then we're also going to cook some breakfast on the Weber Kettle this morning. So this is going to be fun. It's a beautiful looking butt. What are you using on that thing today? This is
Mojo BBQ Rub. Fired up about it. It's the first time I ever used it, but a good man named Josh told me about it.
From Tennessee MOJO. Looking good, bro. So you're searing it?
Yeah, so what you do is you try to sear it, get a good early bark and braise it off over high heat on a grill. And then what you'll do after that is get it in the smoker and take it up to, about 135 internal. Wrap that bad boy, let it roll to 195. Going slow, baby.
Smelling so good. All right, got the second smoker set up for the ribs. Now we are cooking in peanut oil.
So just run off juice and pour it over top of it. There'll be no chance this thing's gonna be dry. I'm telling you what.
Another dose of Mojo.
On Mojo.
Time for some breakfast. We're gonna make some skillets, sausage, egg, hash brown, cheese. Be tasty. It's time to get these ribs going. See what these look like after a night of marinating. So the ribs I will let go for about an hour, and then for another hour start spritzing every 15 minutes just with water. Add some more wood chips. So, and then at the 2-hour mark, I'll bring them in and wrap them. Pop that on some indirect heat for that cheese to melt. All right, this bad boy's done, so it's time to eat some breakfast, bro.
Yes, sir.
All right, it's been an hour, so now I'm gonna start doing some spritzing.
Yes, sir.
What you about to do with it?
I'm just gonna drizzle a little bit of olive oil on it, and then hit it with a little bit of dust of the rub.
All right, gonna put, we're about an hour and a half in on the ribs, gonna just put some more rub on them. We will let those sit for about another 30 minutes. Take them in, wrap them up. What do we have here?
So what we got here is we're gonna wrap it. So the Boston butt has been in the smoker for about 3 hours now, and it's reached about a 125 to 130 internal temp. So what we'll do now is we'll wrap it. You don't typically, we're not gonna wrap it like just the whole butt. We're gonna put it inside of a pan. I do mine fat tray up. I try to put the actual top of the Boston butt down in butter, a little bit of the rub, brown sugar, a little bit of maple syrup. Then I'll flip it over, lay it in there, and then after I lay it in there, I will pour a little bit of 100% pineapple juice, 100% apple juice over the top, hit it with some more rub, a little bit of brown sugar, cover it with 2 or 3, depending on how cheap your foil is. I use the super inexpensive stuff, so I'll use about 3 wraps of foil, put it back in, probe it, 225. We're gonna roll low and slow up to 195. There it is. She's back in, 195, here we come.
All right, time to take the ribs out and then to go wrap them, and then we'll show you what we're gonna be wrapping them with. All right, so it's time to wrap them, and what I do is I use brown sugar, honey, butter, and a little bit more of rub in the wrap. So what we'll do is we'll put about a 1/4 of a cup of brown sugar. Always add just a little bit more, and then we'll spritz the rub on, and then we'll put the honey, and then we'll put 5 tablespoons of butter. Then we'll put the ribs top side down on the bottom on top of the concoction, and then wrap them up, and then we'll put them back in. All right, and then it's 2 tablespoons of honey. All right, so we're gonna do the rest of the other 2. Not gonna put that on video, but then we're gonna put them back in the smoker at 225 for about another 2 hours. As the ribs and Boston butt finish up. For the wings today, we're gonna be using the Gospel by Meat Church. Now this is not the real gospel, but that's what they call this stuff. Here we go. got the wings marinating for just a minute. We'll fire up the kettle in just a minute, but now it is time to take these ribs. It's been 2 hours out of the smoker, get them unwrapped, sauce them up just a little bit and put them back in for another hour. Here's barbecue sauce before we put them on the ribs. All right, so now it's time to put them in what we call a boat with a little bit of sauce. So I'm gonna take 2 pieces of aluminum foil, lay them down, kind of fold them into what looks like a little boat. And then I'm going to put a little bit of rub on the top, and then you hear kids in the background, and then glaze the bottom of the ribs with some sauce, and then put a little bit more rub, put them in for 30 minutes, take them out, and then sauce the top a little bit, take them out of the boat, and then finish them for the last 30 minutes. So here we go. Ready to go. We're gonna put them back in, like I said, for about, we'll look at it because these are looking pretty close to done. But then bring them back in and sauce the top and throw them back in to finish them up. Got the ribs in, back to the smoker. Now it is time to fire up the kettle for the wings. Once we get the wings on, it's gonna be time to start making the smoked queso. I'm gonna use some hickory wood chips for these wings. So the charcoal is ready to go, grill's ready to go. So I'm gonna use this wood chip box, some wood chips in here, and then set it directly on top of the coals. Put the wood chip box right there. So I'm gonna set the wings on the direct heat, give them a little bit of direct heat, give them a little bit of a sear, then rotate the grates to where it's gonna be on indirect heat up until they hit about 140. Then put the wings in a pan with some butter and finish them off that way. All right, gonna give these a quick sear, then rotate the grate. All right, gonna put the lid back on, and like I said, let them go until they hit a temp of about 140, and then put them in a foil pan. Now we are getting the queso going. So we cooked up a pound of breakfast sausage, chopping up some fresh cilantro, gonna be chopping up some smoked Gouda, got some Velveeta, gonna put it all into a Dutch oven and then throw it in the smoker. It's gonna be so good. All right, we've got the wings going. We've got the ribs and the Boston butt finishing up. Now it is time to finish up the queso. So we have that pound of cooked breakfast sausage right here. We have that pound of smoked Gouda chopped up. We've got 2 cans of diced tomatoes and rotel, just 2 cans of rotel with the green chilies. Got a can of cream of mushroom, and then 1 32-ounce of Velveeta cheese. So we're gonna put all of this together, let it go for 15 minutes at 225 in the smoker, stir it up, let it go another 15 minutes. So at the 30-minute mark, stir it one more time, and then add in the cilantro, a 1/2 cup of cilantro for the last 15 minutes. And after that, about 45 minutes to an hour, it should be good to go. So we're gonna put all these in. Go put it in the smoker. Forgot to mention, and I forgot to do, but I remembered once I went in, is 5 tablespoons of a barbecue rub. So I'm gonna use this stuff for Meat Church, and go ahead and add that in. So 5 tablespoons. I'm gonna personally actually go 4 this time. It's looking already a little heavy, so I'm gonna go 4. All right, the wings got to where I needed them to, so I'm gonna put some butter in this pan and put them over some direct heat to get them up to the final temp. Okay, so it's looking good. Now, it is time to put in the cilantro. Stir it up just a little bit. guys, so I took the ribs and I actually finished them on the kettle just to get them up to 195 internally, and the queso is now finished up. That is gonna be so good. So let's take this inside. And everyone is here, and Mike is finishing up his Boston butt right now. So we've been going since 7 o'clock this morning. It's a little after 4 o'clock and we're just now finishing up. So we've been sending smoke signals up all day. All the food is done, everybody's here, so it is time to dig in. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Hope you guys enjoyed getting to see a little bit of our all-day smoke here at my household on Dad Life Barbecue. If you liked it, give us a thumbs up. And if you have not yet, subscribe to the channel and then turn on the alerts to see every time I upload a new video. Thank you so much for joining. I will see you next time here on Dad Life Barbecue, where it's barbecue for the everyday dad.